Oh, hi. What am I doing? Well, I'm just sweeping these leaves in a pile so the wind can blow them around. What's that? You want to bake something? All right, let's do it. Hi, my name's Jason. I'm an actor and a comedian, which means I've worked in the restaurant business for over 20 years to be exact, from fine dining to coffee shops. Man, I've done it all. And through the years, I've learned a lot of cool culinary tips and tricks. And I've also come to realize two very important things. Nothing beats home-cooked meals and family recipes. And the only thing I love more than eating good food is making it. Just remember, I'm not a chef. I just play one on TV. Hey, it's been a while. Welcome back to Not a Chef. Today, we're gonna bake a cake. We're gonna make Tourva. This is a Cypriot style coconut cake. It's melt in your mouth, delicious, got a little twang to it. We're gonna make a lemon syrup to pour over the top of it. I mean, this is a crowd pleaser for sure. Top to bottom, it takes a little over an hour to make. So what do you say? Let's get going. Here's what you're gonna need. 1.5 cups of cake flour. And since I don't have that, I'm gonna use all-purpose flour and some cornstarch. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, vanilla extract, 1.5 cups of sugar, a stick of butter, 6 eggs, some lemon, 2 tablespoons of shortening, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and 6 to 8 ounces of coconut. Oh, you're also gonna need 1/2 cup of milk. All right, the first thing we gotta do is separate these eggs. And this is how you do it. Hey you, get over there! And you, get over there! Just kidding. All right, look, we take the egg and we're gonna separate the yolk from the white part, right? Yolk and the whites? I think that's, anyway, here we go. We're gonna crack the egg and you just kind of jostle it back and forth while you're separating. The easiest way to do it is to put the whites in one and then you'll be left with the yolk in the other, and we're gonna separate them like that. I've said it like 5 times now. Let's do it. Ready? All right, this is obviously where our whites are gonna go. We crack the egg. Ooh, look at that. And then you just go delicate. I've seen people do this with their bare hands, but I don't, I'm afraid I'm gonna crack the yolk. Get in there. All right, boom. Voila, like that. And now we're just gonna do this a bunch of times. We got 6 of them to do. I got this recipe from my cousin, Kara. Thank you, cousin Kara. First time I had it, she made it. I'd never had the cake before, and I was like, this is amazing. It's just so daggone good. And then every now and then, this is like my go-to surprise thing. I was in a play, and I made this for the cast, and I brought it in, and everybody was just tripping. Because I put acid in the cake. And, just kidding. Maybe I'm not. When I was a kid, I used to like to make potions. I just like take like whatever it was, you know, some toothpaste and conditioner and whatever. And I used to keep thinking I was making something that was, I don't know, it was gonna be some special elixir, but it just was something that probably would have killed you if you drank it. But the food, you know, this is great because you mix all this stuff together, you bake it, put it in there at a time, cook it, and then you can eat it. It's awesome. All right, we're almost done. Last egg. Our last guy. You want to get a shot of this right here? This maybe? And wonk. There you go. All right, our eggs are separated. It's time for the next step. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our butter, our shortening, and our sugar, and we're gonna cream it in this nice standing mixer. Creaming it means you just kind of set it on a low speed and let it go until it becomes nice and creamy. If you don't have a standing mixer like this, you can use a hand mixer. And if you don't have one of those, you can get your old yaya or your grandma to do it. And she just has that really strong arm, and you'll turn into like a hermit crab after doing it for a long time. You get that one big, you know, strong arm. Anyway, let's start doing this. What do you think? So, we got 1.5 cups of sugar right here, 2 tablespoons of shortening, and a whole stick of butter. We're gonna throw them in here and we're gonna cream them up. I kind of like to do it like this. Put the sugar in, 1.5 cups of sugar. Got our shortening. Let me go ahead and get a knife. Just a butter knife will do. You hear that plane? Perfect. Should we do that again? Let's keep rolling. All right, here we go. I got my butter knife right here. I'm gonna get the 2 tablespoons of shortening in. Voila! And now we got the butter. You can room temp your butter, set it out, let it get kind of warm, which isn't a bad idea when you're going to cream it like this, mix it all up. Or you can take your knife and cut it into small little pieces. That kind of helps move the process along. Now I'm gonna set it over here, lock it, and load it. All right, while that's going, we're gonna go ahead and sift our dry ingredients together. Now, a lot of times I'd see in a recipe, hey, sift dry ingredients. I'm like, man, I don't got time for that. But you know what? It actually does make a difference because when you sift it all together, it kind of just blends it all together really nice. And another reason to do it too is that this recipe calls for cake flour, and I don't have cake flour. What I do have is all-purpose flour and cornstarch. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You can make your very own cake flour if you have all-purpose flour and cornstarch. Basically, if you have a cup of flour, you take 2 tablespoons of it out and add to it 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And since it's a cup and a half, I did 3 tablespoons and 3 tablespoons. Math! Don't be afraid of math. Here's my flour. Here's my cornstarch. A tablespoon of baking powder. Don't forget the baking powder. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Oh, that was loud, wasn't it? Now let's sift it. Sift. All right, so our dry ingredients are all sifted together, and we got some on the board, which is great because you're not baking if it's not all over the place. And look, our butter and our sugar and our shortening is now nicely blended. It is creamed, as they say. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and add our egg yolks to what's happening right here in the blender. And we're just gonna drop them right in. All right, we're about to move on to the next step, but before we do, I'm gonna turn this mixer off and scrape down the side of the bowl. And just scrape it down. Get everything off. That's perfect. And now we'll just go right back. Okay, now the next step is we are going to add our dry ingredients and the milk alternately to this mixture. So, let's do it. Milk and flour. So I got a 1/2 cup of milk right here, and I got the flour mixture that we sifted together. So I'm just gonna use one of my little cups here and just slowly add it in, a little bit at a time. And now add a little bit of milk. More flour. Whoa, 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 easy guy. A little bit more milk. I'm just gonna go back and forth like this until it's all in there. You alternate them so that you're making sure it's all getting mixed in well. And don't do what I did and have this going fast and then dump the flour in, it poofs out everywhere and you look like I just did. One more. All right, so now this is done, and it looks killer. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's nice and fluffy, looks creamy, we're doing good. Let's go ahead and get the bowl wiped down again, scraped down a bit. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the coconut and the vanilla extract. So, it says 6 to 8 ounces of coconut, which is interesting because this is a 7-ounce bag, so we hit it right in the middle. We're just gonna rip this thing open. One second. So this is a cool little gadget. I don't forget what they're called. No, it's scissors. So I'm just gonna use scissors and I'm gonna cut this bag open. Instead of looking like a fool. And here we go. We're gonna dump the coconut in. Boom. It smells killer. Okay. Now, we're gonna add our vanilla extract. It says a tablespoon. Does it say a tablespoon? Oh, a teaspoon. Oh my God. So I'll probably go 2 teaspoons, but not a tablespoon. That would be crazy. There's 1. Oh, and we'll just kind of, yeah, okay, perfect. That looks good to me. All right, let's mix this up now. Oh, look at it. It's coming together. But we're not quite there yet. We got one more step before this turns into the delightful cake that is known as Tourva. Now what we gotta do is we gotta beat up these egg whites. So this is mixed up, let's stop it, let's do it. Here we go. Now we have to whip up these egg whites. We're gonna whip them till they're stiff. And then what we're gonna do once that happens is we're going to fold them into this batter. You don't wanna go too hard because you wanna keep the light airiness of the egg whites. That's what's gonna make the cake so fluffy and delicious. But to do that, we need another mixer. Doesn't this thing go faster than that? Oh yeah. All right, here we go. This is it, boys and girls. I'm sure if you went to chef school, they probably make you do this by hand. But I wouldn't know because, well, I'm not a chef. I think there's another level. Ah, I always forget about that gear. Ramming speed. So you can see it starting to peak up a little bit, and you can see when I'm running my mixer through it, it's starting to like, it's just like leaving a trail kind of. That's what we're looking for. But basically you want it to kind of get real stiff, or as stiff as you can. Peaks, man. Yeah, like you're seeing trails or something. Why am I like stuck on that today? Yeah, look. So now we're seeing, you can see the ripples going through it. You see that? Real nice, stiff, well-beaten egg whites. All right, killer. All right, here's the move. We're gonna get our batter off of here. We're gonna get all this good stuff too, because we want it. We want it all. All right, here we have everything we mixed in the mixer. We're gonna go ahead and make sure before you do this that you've already got your pan ready to go. You want your pan ready, you want it greased. Remember that disposable pan that I just won't dispose of? Here it is. All right, we're gonna put it in there, and then we're gonna put it into a 350-degree oven for 40 minutes. But now, the important part. We're going to put our egg whites that we just beat up, and we're going to fold this in. Remember, we're just going to fold it. So you can see I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm just gonna kind of fold it a little bit. There you go, look at that. It's gonna make for a very nice cake. Okay. All right, now we go. Into the greased pan. Everything out of here. All right. All right, we got all that out of there, man. That's good. Okay. And now we're just gonna smooth it around a little bit. We use this, get that. A little jiggle. Never hurt nobody. Gonna move some of this around. You kind of want to just help it get nice and even. Oh, look at that. All right, there it is. That's our Tourva. We're gonna put it in the oven, 350-degree oven for about 40 minutes. And while that's in there, we're gonna make the syrup. Check it out. All right, time to make the syrup. We got a pot back there on the stove. We're gonna put a cup of water and 2 cups of sugar in there. Low simmer, stir it up, mix it all together. It also calls for 1 slice of lemon. but you're crazy if you think I'm only putting one slice of lemon in there. I like the taste of it. I'm going to put a couple in there. Sorry, Cousin Kara. You do it to your taste, but mine is lemony. All right, we're going to get this on a low heat. There it is. Got my sugar and my water in this pot. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and add the lemon in too. You know what? I might try and get the seeds out now. What do you think of that? That's some forward-thinking business right there, guys. There's one slice. 2 slices of lemon. Should we put 3 slices of lemon? I think so. Let's do it. I mean, it can't hurt. We got 2 cups of sugar, for crying out loud. All right, there it is. It doesn't take much to get the syrup going. I like to stab the lemons too while they're in there and get the juices out. But when you pour this on the cake though, we're gonna take the lemons out before we do that. All right, so I turned the heat up, actually. I was so afraid of burning the sugar and everything that I had it started really low, but you'll see I've got it kind of at a low medium. I was like at a 5 right now. And you can see in here that now our mixture is clear. So now it's really becoming that syrup that we want. I've been poking at these lemons. I switched to a spoon, a little baby spoon. Makes me feel big. So this is what you're looking for though, clear. All right, our syrup's looking good. We got about 10 minutes left on the cake, so let's check it and see how it looks. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That looks killer. Oh man, we did a good job. It's gonna be good. When the cake comes out, we're gonna set it aside and let it cool for a little bit. Once it cools, we'll cut it and then we'll put the syrup on top. Oh man, this is good. All right, it's the moment of truth. The cake is ready. Look at that. Guys, can you smell that? Oh my God. Whoa, look at that. Let me shut this oven and turn it off. Okay, see what the egg whites did? It's all fluffy. Oh man. Oh my gosh, it smells awesome. Now we're gonna let the cake cool for a little while here, and then we're going to cut it. I'm gonna cut it into squares once it's cool. Don't cut it when it's hot. Let it chill for a second. And once we cut it, then we're gonna add the syrup. The syrup's back there on low, staying warm. We're gonna bring it over here, pour it on the cut cake, and it's going to be delicious. All right, so the cake is cooled, and I went ahead and cut it. Now, I like to cut the cake first because I like to take the syrup and pour it down each of the cut lines and put a little bit of syrup on top. I mean, the more syrup, the better, right? All right, boom. You might not use all of the syrup. Well, you're just gonna get yourself a spoon, and you're just gonna start going for it. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, make sure everybody gets a little. Right down the sides. I forgot this line over here. It's one of those cakes too that when you're taking it out of the pan, it's going to stick to the pan a little bit. Partially because of the syrup, and also just because of the way the cake is. It's a very healthy cake. Psych! I mean, that's got to be enough. Always do a little bit more just for, why not? Hot syrup's killer. Look at it. Oh my gosh, it's like heavy. I guess the only thing left to do now is taste it. What piece do I want? Let's just get the corner. Let's get the corner. See what's happening here. Okay, ready? Get all the bits out of there, the grebbiness. Save the grebbiness for me. All right. The moment of truth. Tourva. All right, I'm gonna try it. Okay. It's good. It's awesome. Coconut's coming through. Tastes lemony, buttery. This is absolutely delicious. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this. I hope you make it at home. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a chef. I just play one on TV. More cake. I'm gonna use my hand. It's good, man.